Now, I know I'm late to the game. The One X-cellent Scene wave is kind of come and gone, but I couldn't just sit back and let everyone talk about one of my favorite movie franchises of all time without chiming in. I mean, I just finished a 7-part series where I recasted everyone from the X-Men universe. Now, I thought a lot about what I should talk about. What scene, what film, what cartoon. Now, I thought about talking about my love and nostalgia for the 90s cartoon, or even the forgotten and underrated Wolverine in the X-Men. Should I break down my favorite scene from my favorite X-Men film, Days of Future Past, or highlight one from the original? Rather than just focusing on one action scene or one scene that I may love, I decided to highlight the one scene that I think highlights exactly what I love in the X-Men, and essentially what the series boils down to. It's about two opposing beliefs which can have you divided. For me, it's perfectly explained everything you need to know about X-Men in this one simple yet poignant scene from First Class.
Russia, America, makes no difference. Shaw's declared war on mankind, on all of us. He has to be stopped.
I'm not going to stop Shaw. I'm going to kill him. Do you have it in you to allow that?
Now, I could talk about a lot of things in First Class, because I think it's probably the best X-Men film, but I want to talk about this one. Now, the chess scene within X-Men films has been recycled time and time again. It's a very deliberate metaphor for the two titular characters, but it's not the chess I want to talk about. It's that simple conversation and that interaction between Charles and Eric that actually breaks down the duality of this franchise and its property as a whole.
You've known all along why I was here, Charles. But things have changed. What started as a covert mission, tomorrow mankind will know that mutants exist. Shaw, us, they won't differentiate. They'll fear us. And that fear will turn to hatred.
Not if we stop a war. Not if we can prevent Shaw. Not if we risk our lives doing so.
Would they do the same for us?
We have it in us to be the better men.
We already are. We're the next stage of human evolution. You said it yourself.
No.
Now, this simple exchange is well written and somehow incredibly concise. It doesn't feel rushed, and somehow in a minute and a half, you see everything that would amalgamate in their characters coming through in these words. But what I love about X-Men and the scene in general is neither is right or wrong. Sure, the films kind of are supposed to guide you to the side of Professor X because Magneto's the villain, but if you were in their shoes, which side would you take?
Are you really so naive as to think that they won't battle their own extinction? Or is it arrogance?
I'm sorry?
After tomorrow, they're going to turn on us. But you're blind, Ted, because you believe they're all like Moira.
And you believe they're all like Shaw.
It's very easy to say you take the side of the X-Men and our heroes. If I were in that situation, I'm really unsure which path I would take. That's what makes the X-Men great. It's not just solely this dynamic, but it's one of the most important contributing factors.
Listen to me very carefully, my friend. Killing Shaw will not bring you peace.
Peace was never an option.
Now, everyone and their mom knows that the X-Men was inspired by civil rights and it's a political commentary. But it's scenes like this that set up the character that makes us forget about that and just brings us into their mindset. This is one of the reasons that I think First Class works so well and why it's the best X-Men film. It's because it's really the only X-Men movie where it puts these two characters at the forefront. We aren't following Wolverine on another mission of self-discovery or seeing him savagely take down foes, which, to be honest, is far from bad. But it's this dynamic that makes for more interesting characters. It makes me buy in and start participating in the story more. As much fun as seeing Magneto take down Nazi after Nazi would be, his dynamic with Professor X and that internal struggle that they both share makes for more interesting characters.
I don't need your help.
Don't kid yourself. You needed my help last night. It's not just me you're walking away from. Here you have the chance to be part of something much bigger than yourself.
I think this series is at its best with these two core characters. It does have an amazing lineup of superheroes who should have their time to shine, but sometimes we forget with such flashy characters that the core of the X-Men franchise comes down to these ideologies. They are what makes X-Men, X-Men. So I apologize for being so late in this movement. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite X-Men scene is, either from the comics or the movies or even the cartoons. And as always, thank you to my patrons Adam Gray, Jeremy Jacobs, Jenny Edwards, Gabe Marchanda, Colleen West, Marco Perry, Roland, Andy McShane, Shalon Hudson, Kieran Hunt, Joris Conan, Brandon Warner, Sweevy, Alex Towell, Derek B. Bell, Jacob Wolf, Alexander Gardulo, Lisa Kilker, James Rogers, Archie Steffen, and Gregor Davidson. Thank you for your support, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.